Hey, welcome to my channel. It's Ford and back, and I'm on my Lynx today just to do a little bit of a city run, and I thought I'd kind of compare it to the city run I did just yesterday on the V13, you know, switching between these two wheels. I guess I had some thoughts, you know, and yeah, both great, both capable, both awesome wheels, and yeah, both still really popular. So I thought I'd make it into a bit of a video. I lost my commentary. I had some issues on the day, so I'm just doing a voiceover, and I'll try to capture the same buzz that I had. It was a really nice day, and yeah, a nice commute, but really busy here. It's, you know, holiday season and there's school holidays, so yeah, there's a lot of pedestrians in town, so a lot of slow rolling, and I thought I could chat a little bit about, you know, rolling slow. Not always important to roll fast in this city stuff, and especially when you're getting police radars like last video, you know, people watching your speeds. It is important to be able to roll slow, so I thought I could throw this video together and chat about yeah, you know, it's actually kind of difficult to roll slow, and I guess on a bigger wheel like the V13 it is a little bit harder. So, you know, which wheel's right for you in the city? Is it the smaller Lynx or the V13? So I might throw a bit of that together into this video and see what we come out with. If you've got a bit of time, come along for another little roll on my channel. Thanks for coming along. Yeah, for a long time I was quite intimidated getting into the city, and then, you know, where you go in the city, it's always a different route. You're not sure where to go if it's a new city, and every city has a different law. I know for us here we've got, you know, dedicated bike pathways, and we need to stick to them. We can't be on a road unless it's got a separate bike path attached. Otherwise we do need to roll on the sidewalk and, you know, these dedicated bikeways. And so it's different in every city, and it makes it a little bit hard if you're on the footpath and it's really busy with people. So one of these wheels, you know, they're still intimidating to people coming your way. You get a lot of people stopping and just staring and kind of in disbelief at what you're doing. It still happens. So you become a bit of an obstacle, I guess, in places. So you do need to be able to just slow it down and hop off the wheel. But yeah, being able to control it and be able to adapt to whatever's coming up, and, you know, little kids running out bumps, you know, people with suitcases, you know, everything happens when you're in the city, and it's a really dynamic, fast-paced environment. Both of these wheels have a good setup, you know, to be able to do this. They've got the trolley handle, they've both got a good speed readout to keep an eye on your speeds, plenty of range. They've got good weatherproofing for all of, you know, the puddles that might come up. Someone might throw a drink at you, they'll handle all of that stuff. You know, really useful in this city environment because they're so small. You can get around, you can zip around and nick through little pathways, and, you know, a really good way to, I guess, beat the traffic and beat the crowds if you get confident at rolling in the city. You know, the Lynx is probably a little bit easier to be flicking around and agile when things are occurring. The V13, it's just a heavier thing. You need to work at it. So it's a little bit more scary, I think, taking the 50 kilo wheel in. And until you've got those leg muscles, it might be a bit harder, and it wants to tip over. So that real slow rolls, 10 kilometer per hour, you know, it is trying to tip over, just putting in a lot more work. Totally capable. If you look through my videos, I've had the V13 in the city many times, and yeah, I have no problems with that. But the Lynx is probably a little bit more comfortable. You know, it's got that plushier suspension, it's lighter, it's smaller, and, you know, just more agile if you need to maneuver or get around things. So both wheels have got the good safety features, good brake lights, you know, they pull up well, they both got good brake and acceleration. You can set things up a little bit to customize how they feel, you know, so both have got plenty of speed. When you hit the open road, you can open it up. Both of these wheels for me do the job, and sometimes you are limited to what you can buy, and you might not be able to get the thing that's perfectly suited to each thing that you need. You might not get to the city all that often. You might have a farm and you've got the INMOTION V13 or the V13 Pro ready to roll around the hills, but sometimes you might want to know if you could get it into the city, and you can. It's just you need to do a bit more work and, you know, be prepared, I think, to maybe not take all those quick shortcuts that you might be able to take with the Lynx. I bought the V13 knowing that I'd still take it into the city. It was an upgrade from the V11, and I knew that it would be a bit more work. So for me, you know, that was fine and did the job perfectly. The Lynx was a treat, and also probably knew that that was more suited for the city run and the urban environment, which is what I bought that for. So I've got no issues switching between the two, and I think it's really good. It's good for me anyway, and I don't mind comparing these because it's exactly how I use them. I've got one and then I switch it up to go to the other one, and I find them both just as fun, both just as capable, but it probably sets me up for a little bit of a different mood with each wheel. I do sit back and cruise a little bit more on the V13. You can see me sitting a lot more. It just suits me. It's really, really comfortable to just sit down, really stable, and the seat with that Grizzler seat is really comfortable for me. But yeah, the Lynx, I sort of come alive a little bit more. I can still take a seat and sit comfortably, but it does make me want to just, you know, flick around and have a bit more energy, so it's a bit more of an energetic roll. And both of those are valid ways to get into the city and get the job done. And for me, they're really, you know, both just as good. If I guess if I'm really cutting through the middle of the city and I'm taking all the shortcuts and I'm, you know, needing to get around a heap of people, the Lynx is easier. It's 10 kilos lighter, and that's probably the biggest difference. And also that it's just not so top heavy. That's the only thing that makes the V13 a little more work, and you might trolley it around if you're just going to walk into the shops and into those tight areas. So yeah, you might want that extra workout anyway. I like to use the V13 to keep me fit and keep my, you know, legs all built up ready for the next roll. So yeah, both heaps of fun. I had a good roll, and hopefully you could at least see, if you're considering one or the other, they'll both do the job. And you know, maybe you're getting a used V13, the prices are good on those at the moment, so you know, you might not always be able to reach up into the Lynx. Yeah, people say the V13's big, but if you compare it to a scooter or even an e-bike or any of the other things people are using in the city to get around, these are all still really small transports. You know, they're still small. Even this V13 is smaller than most of the things that are getting around the city, so I don't find that they're too big to do this with. None of these EUCs are too big, so you know, it's just that there's one bigger than the other, and they just taste a little bit different.
I'll make it loud.
Well, yeah, there we go. Take a look at that. That was just in 2 rolls. I had to go in back to back, and I had the different wheels set up, and that's just how I do it. I didn't plan on shooting this video. I just grabbed the V13 one day because I needed to cycle the charge, and it had been a while since I'd been on that. Had real fun and enjoyed it. It was a beautiful day, and the next day I needed to get back in there, and I wanted to take the Lynx, so it's great to have the choice. And I guess, you know, it'd be hard to pick. You know, I did pick. I picked the V13 first, but then I guess the Lynx wasn't out then. So anyway, pick what you need. Maybe I'll get the V14 out next and do a bit of a comparison against these two. But I'll find something to keep the channel alive. You can come along if you want. Hit the like button, subscribe. Please look after all my affiliates. They support me. They support the industry. So check the video description. Find some discounts. And yeah, go shopping. Get some toys. Get a Lynx and a V13. And a V13 Pro. And a Falcon. Anyway, thanks for all the support. Thanks for following along. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you next time. Bye.